In letter B, we're going to graph another parabola. So first thing we have to do is put it in that standard form. To do that, I'm going to start by graphing or grouping together my x terms. So I'm going to put parentheses around my x squared and my x. And then I'm going to factor out the number in front of my x squared, this time it being a half, that fraction again. So if I take that half out, I'm left with x squared. And then remember, if I take -5 and I take out a half, I'm dividing. So what it looks like is I have 5 divided by 1/2. And dividing by a fraction is the same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal. So 5 times 2, which gives me 10. So I have a minus 10x inside here. And then I need to save room so that I can add that number that I need to make it a perfect square trinomial. My plus 31 over 2 is still there, and then I need to leave room to add the opposite of what I have in the parentheses. To figure out what number that is, I'm going to take 10 divided by 2 and square it, and that gives me my number in here. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Squaring that gives me 25 inside the parentheses here. And I need to remember that that 25 is being multiplied by that 1/2. So 1/2 times 25 is just 25 over 2. And I need the opposite of that over here. So negative 25 over 2 is the number that I'm adding as its opposite. And that leaves me with y equals 1/2 times x minus 5 squared. And if you add together the the 31 over 2 and the negative 25 over 2, you end up with a positive 3. That leaves me with my vertex. My vertex is going to be 5 and 3, and I'm going to put that directly in the middle. So 5 and 3, remembering that in my table this is x and this is y. Then what I want to do is I want to get some other numbers in my table, 2 on either side of my variable. So I'm going to go down 4 and 3, and then I'm going to go up 6 and 7. What I want you to do is try to fill in the table for y. So again, you can use your graphing calculator, or you can just plug the numbers in again. So hit pause and fill that in, and unpause it when you're ready to check your work. If you did it correctly, you should get y to be 5, 3.5, 3.5, and 5. And the last thing we need to do is go ahead and graph the parabola. So I have the point 3,5, which is right here. I have the point 4 and then 3.5, so it's just an approximation. 3.5 is going to be somewhere between 3 and 4. Then I have the point 5,3. I have the point 6, 3.5, again another approximation. Should be a little bit lower than that. And then 7 and 5. And then do the best that you can in drawing that parabola. It should be nice and rounded, and go through your points.